Shadowverse Champions Battle is one of those games that I actually didn't have on my radar at all. It was one of those things where uh, I didn't even realize it was available for pre-order. And as a full set collector, it's like, how'd you miss a game to pre-order? And I just happened to be, add something to my cart on Amazon. I was like, something else you might like, and I was like, oh, there it is. It's an Xseed game. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll get this. And then someone on Twitter actually posted some screenshots from the demo, and I was like, wait a second, this looks like Magic the Gathering, and I loved Magic the Gathering growing up. So I was like, okay, I want to try this. And this is one of my favorite type of demos. It's the demo where whatever you do in the demo carries over to the main game. More and more demos need to do this. It's fantastic. So this demo actually takes you through the entire first chapter, and I'm going to say about 80% of the way through the second chapter. And the game itself is far better than I ever expected it to be. I didn't really know what to expect. It is a RPG, but instead of turn-based combat, you play Magic the Gathering style battles, and the battles themselves are it's like a hybrid Magic the Gathering. So it's a card game. You build your decks. The cool thing is when you battle somebody for the first time, they actually give you a copy of their deck, but you don't get the cards. You have to find the cards. So if you've ever fought against somebody in a game or even played a real life card game and someone's like, oh wow, their deck stomped me, I'd really love to build something similar. You actually get their entire deck and then you get to mix and match and edit it however you want, which is really cool. The combat is fast, it's fluid. The animations are really well done. The story so far, I mean, it's a definitely a young adult story, like on the more juvenile side. It's not, at least at this point, it's not like the world is at stake kind of deal. It's just kids trying to enjoy the game. But I'm still early. Who knows? These games, you might very well get the world is ending and a card battle will save the day. I mean, it happened in like Yu-Gi-Oh, so why not? Um, like I said, it's a lot to it, but they explain everything really well. Every card you can bring up what it does, and it gives you reminders of all the different moves that it can do. And it's just addicting. Like just collecting the cards and building decks, and going to terminals and you open up packs. And right now there's only a classic style pack, but I really believe there's more packs. At least I hope there are, just to expand like expansion packs. And I will say that at least on playing docked, I haven't played handheld, but I will say that the frame rate does suffer. Not during the actual card games, but it does suffer like running around the 3D environment sometimes, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's minor. There are quests too. There are side quests. So in addition to the main story, there are side quests to do, which reward you with cards and money. There's also a persona-like bonding system where you can get closer to all your different teammates that are part of the club with you, and even your rivals, and get to know them, and they reward you and see their own personal stories. And all of this is optional. You don't have to do any of it, which is fantastic because it lets you get more immersed into the world if you choose to. And this is one of those titles that I going in, I'm like, I'm just gonna, mess around with it. And it's actually taken my attention away from games that I've really been looking forward to playing because this just came out of nowhere. And I'm finding myself wanting to play it like every day. And as someone who grew up with Magic, at least, in my middle school years and up, it was one of those things where my weekends, I used to play with my friends. I used to go to, Magic Shop and play the Magic game. And now, of course, it's so expensive. Like getting into Magic, it's expensive. And definitely playing with the older cards, it's even more expensive. So this is great because you can play online, which I haven't tested yet, but you can play online. You could also play locally as well as against the computer. There's tons of different opponents, and they are challenging. There are definitely some challenging opponents that took me like 15 tries to beat them. It's developed by Cygames, which, as a Dragalia Lost fan, it was like cool because I'm like, oh, you also do Dragalia Lost, and again published by Xseed. And I think this is, if you enjoy card games, if you enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh, if you enjoy Pokemon card games, if you enjoy Magic the Gathering, if you played other games like Evoland and enjoyed the card game, or the Trails of Cold Steel, and enjoyed the card game, like you deserve to try this, like absolutely. And because there's a demo, I highly recommend everyone just download the demo and give it a shot, because if you like it, you carry over the data, which is fantastic. And if you don't like it, you wasted a little bit of your time. But it is truly awesome, and I really do highly recommend Shadowverse Champions Battle for the Switch.